Okay, let's talk about the most powerful person in the room. You know exactly who I'm talking about. They aren't the loudest. They aren't the one checking their phone every 5 seconds to see if their soft launch post got likes. No, it's the person who looks like they couldn't care less if the building was on fire as long as their tea is at the right temperature. Why is that? Why does not caring feel like the ultimate status symbol in 2026? We are living in the absolute peak of main character syndrome. We're all trying to manifest our dream lives, optimize our sleep cycles, and curate our personal brands until we're literally vibrating with exhaustion. But here's the kicker. The harder you try to be seen, the more desperate you look. It's like trying to catch a bubble. The more you grab at it, the faster it pops. I'll be honest, when I first realized this, I felt totally called out. Have you ever caught yourself performing for an audience that isn't even there? I'm curious because it feels like we're all trapped in this loop. If trying harder is the poison, we need to find the 18th century antidote. And trust me, it's cooler than anything on your feed right now. It's called Iki, and it's basically the original psychological flex. To find that antidote, we have to travel back to 18th century Edo period Japan. Picture a rigid class system where the samurai are at the top and the merchants are at the bottom. The merchants had all the money, but they weren't allowed to show it off. So what did they do? They created a vibe, a subtle middle finger to the system called Iki. The philosopher Kuki Shūzō later described Iki as the airplane mode of the soul. It's a specific kind of urban sophistication born from chaos. It's not about being rich. It's about a certain kind of brave composure. Think of it as the psychological state of seeing a low battery warning on your screen and choosing to enjoy the sunset instead of sprinting for a charger. It's that effortless cool that comes from knowing exactly what you're willing to lose. But here's the thing about Iki, you can't just buy the outfit and suddenly possess it. It's an attitude you earn through heartbreak and loss. It's the vibe of someone who has seen the absolute worst and decided to stay refined anyway. But Iki isn't just a style choice. It's a terrifyingly effective psychological power move inspired by one of the darkest philosophers to ever live. To enter Arthur Schopenhauer. This guy was the absolute king of pessimism, but he had a point. He argued that desiring is a hunger that destroys. To want something is to suffer because you don't have it, but to own it, that's even worse, because then you're just bored. It's the 10 seconds of peace you feel after deciding not to buy that expensive thing you were obsessed with. That peace is actually more valuable than the object itself. Now, connect that to Kuki Shūzō's concept of akirame or resignation. In our modern world, giving up sounds like failure, but in the world of Iki, resignation is the ultimate flex. It's the brave composure you keep after you've lost hope. It's loving something enough to keep it at a distance so it never becomes a chore or a disappointment. The truth is, you might be losing the things you love because you're trying way too hard to own them. Think about that for a second. When you stop being a slave to your cravings, whether it's for a person, a promotion, or a pair of sneakers, you start playing a different game entirely. You become the master of your own perception instead of a victim of your own hunger. That is true power. So how do we turn giving up into a power play? First, try the 1-inch gap. When you share a win, leave out the most impressive detail. Keep 1 inch of your life entirely for yourself. That distance, that's where charisma lives. It's the anti-overshare. Then use the 24-hour cart rule. Put that must-have item in your digital cart, then just close the tab. For 24 hours, enjoy the idea of owning it without the actual clutter of reality. You're practicing ethical resignation. And finally, embrace algorithmic indifference. Start feeding noise into your data profiles. Be unreachable. In an era of loud desperation, silence is the new status symbol. It's about developing scene composure, viewing a high-stress notification, and simply looking out the window. Does this resonate with you? Or am I overthinking the power of ignoring a text? I've started doing this, and let me tell you, the cognitive bandwidth you gain back from not being in a scarcity mindset is a total game changer. You stop reacting and start existing. The true sophistication isn't about what you've gained, it's about the brave composure you maintain after you've stopped trying to win. It's the realization that chasing what you love actually destroys its beauty. By trying to manifest every single desire, you're just turning your life into a series of stressful chores. Iki offers you relevance through distance. It's the power of the exit sign. So here is the question I want you to audit today. What is the one thing you're trying so hard to own that you've forgotten how to actually appreciate? I'm genuinely curious to hear what you're ready to let go of. Close the tab, find the Iki in the silence, and stop following the noise. Because you only become the person worth following once you've stopped trying to lead the crowd. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.